Another question our Facebook UU suggested was this. One of my most burning questions as a recent UU parent would be how to share UU values and have those values make an impression on my daughter and on our everyday lives. How can families best integrate UU values into family ritual? Well, if we go back to that statement about what's unique about us, that this is a religiously diverse community, growing in spirit together and living the truths we find in our lives, how could that play out in a family with young children? Well, firstly, in a Unitarian Universalist family, there will be conversations about what everybody believes, and it will be okay if people believe differently. Children will be asked their opinions and listened to carefully. Families are religiously diverse communities too, and that's okay. Secondly, we grow in spirit together. Our conversations are a part of that, of course, but especially when there are children in the family, family ritual is important. I'm going to suggest one possibility out of many, a bedtime prayer that honors our diversity and our desire to grow in spirit. So when you tuck your children in at night, sit down with them, ask them to tell you something good that happened today and something they wished hadn't happened that day, and let them reflect on those things with you. So let's say the good thing was the building of a snowman and the bad thing was a spat with a sibling. You listen to what they have to say about that, and then you take their hands and close your eyes and say, Spirit of life, we are thankful for snowmen, and we ask for the strength to be patient when sisters are pesky. And I am thankful for my thoughtful child. May we all have a peaceful night. Amen. That's a prayer. Simple, very nourishing to the child who feels listened to and who will listen very carefully to the adult reframing of the issue they brought up. It makes their day important, and it helps us all to tie up the loose ends. Whether you or they believe that the listener to that prayer is outside of you someplace, or whether you believe that the listener is simply your own and your child's own open heart, it's a lovely, important, powerful ritual. If you start this with your pre-verbal babies and keep it up, you'll be ready for almost anything that 9-year-old throws at you. Someday, they'll quit letting you put them to bed, but they still might linger in the living room around bedtime, letting you ask them, just for old time's sake, what their good and difficult thing was that day, and letting you say, well, I'm thankful that you've got such good ideas about how to manage. Finally, in your family, as in your church, everyone will be encouraged to live out their values. Our children's affirmation that we are a people of faith with open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands, that can be a good guide for this with children. If children know this affirmation, it can be continuously reinforced. Today, we're going to shovel our next-door neighbor's snow because he's not well. We're going to put our helping hands to work. Or, I've never heard of that, but I'm going to try and keep an open mind. Or, let's make some pictures for Grandma. That's what it means to have a loving heart. I hope every family with children participates in the UUSC's Guest at Your Table program, which is the Service Committee's program especially for families with children. Of course, the major family ritual of UU families would be coming to church together.